Stephen Bashong. I'm Associate Editor at Solar Power World magazine. This is Solar Speaks Live, powered by Unirec. Today I'm here with Alex Levran. He's head of the Global Solar Initiative for ABB. So glad you could be here today, Alex.
Thank you.
So ABB develops numerous products for the solar industry. And while I want to know about those exciting developments, I want to know more about your thoughts regarding the solar industry in general. I watched a video of you on PVTV, and you said personally that you believe in solar energy as the source of energy for the future. Why do you feel that way?
Well, for several reasons. The first reason is that solar has the capability to provide very high level of energy in many, many areas in the world. So it's a kind of a global source of energy, unlimited source of energy, and this is one reason. The second reason is I see, and I'm in this industry for many, many years, I see a definite move of the pricing and energy cost that's supplied by solar energy to be in competition with energy sources like natural gas and some other sources of energy. So it becomes a competitive source of energy. And so it will be standing on its own merits to conquer more and more applications worldwide.
There's certain markets right now where it's already very competitive.
Correct. Of course, it's dependent on local prices of energy.
Right.
So in areas where the price of energy is very, very high, it's already now at grid parity, okay? However, when you look at the map, worldwide map, and you say when 80% of the market will be really competitive with the solar, I would say we're moving very quickly to that place right now. In the next 1-2 years, it will
Why
be.
80% is the number?
No, or 100 majority.
Okay,
It's
majority.
Yeah.
Okay. ABB is a global company. In fact, you just supplied 2 gigawatts of inverters to India. But I'm sure the U.S. market matters to you quite a bit.
Right.
Can you, what's ABB's take on the ITC and its extension perhaps, or its end?
Well, we have to look at different segments of the market. Say on the residential and commercial markets, the incentives that we see, even though they are significant, 30% tax incentives. However, over time, on the residential commercial market, the impact will be minimal. In fact, we see growth because of the financial model that was developed in the industry of financing the installations or leasing the roof. In utility, it's a bit different market. It's a different story. In utility markets, the incentives are very significant, and therefore we definitely see if the incentives will be reduced from 30% to 10%, it will have an immediate impact in 2017, but then due to the fact that it's still a very competitive source of energy, it will come back 2018, 19, and 20. So we see a little bit reduction due to if it happens, but then it will grow back to the conditions that we see prior.
Very good. Is this ABB's own research, or is this from another firm?
No, actually, this is research by third parties that are doing research in this industry. If you look at that, you'll see that the market in 2017 will go down because of that, and it's not our own research.
Right,
We're
okay.
using the third party information and database.
So the ITC issue is imminent, but are there other challenges for the industry that people should be watching out for in the next 5 years, say?
Well, of course, the competitiveness of the industry is very strong, okay? If you look at the price erosions that we see in the industry over the years, it's in double digits levels. This creates a very strong pressure on companies, and therefore, if you look at the, on a longer time basis, 5 years, so long, I would say that many companies will not be able to survive because of the price pressure that we are experiencing now.
Many suppliers will not be able to survive?
Many vendors of inverters, and other balance of the system.
So we could see trade shows like this one contract in the future?
I think we could see, yes. The answer is yes, and this will be obviously evident once it happens. I am only projecting that.
Right, right. But ABB has a good position in the market.
We are in a very good position. But good. ABB also, the reason where we have a very good position, there are several reasons. One, we offer the entire product portfolio. We offer not only the inverters or the substations or the transformers, we offer the entire product portfolio. And that gives us enough leverage in the market. Secondly, we are a true global player, meaning we compete in all continents and over 100 countries. Sorry.
You're fine.
And thirdly is that we're a highly bankable company, okay? So being a bankable company, we offer longevity in the marketplace, which is very important, by the way, given the fact that people want to run the energy source for longer as they can.
Right, right. And the banks are looking for that. That's why it's called
Absolutely.
bankability, right?
Yes.
What have you learned from this wide array of experience? Like you said, you have a hand in almost every aspect of the market, from residential to utility. What have you learned from all of that?
Well, what I have learned, several things, is it's an evolving industry, okay? So we see definitely utility standards are changing, which requires the manufacturer to comply with the grid integration. We have seen many companies coming in unprepared and then compete only on price. Okay, so those are very short-term players in the marketplace. We have learned that the industry has a long-term existence because we were able to create a global market for energy that is competitive with conventional energies like natural gas, coal, and even nuclear power. So the experience we have seen over years is excellent. Okay, we learn how to make products competitive, how to comply with the new rules, how to develop products for a global application, and how to support the systems globally and service them. And this is very valuable experience.
Great. Well, I want to get your take on microgrids. How long until we're seeing microgrids that aren't just science projects?
Right. Well, I think here we have several challenges. One is a very new technology, very new application. And that takes time to educate the population, educate the customers.
Maybe we should educate the public. What is a microgrid?
It's an application for energy that is not necessarily connected to the grid, but it's working in a smaller scale grid application, either that is based on currently used diesels or currently used other sources of energy that we would like to run in a configuration to supply energy to this specific area.
Why would people want that?
In many areas there is no choice because there is no main grid in those areas, and people live in the environment that is supported by localized energy source.
Okay.
And what we do now, we provide to this energy source additional products and components. We support it with solar. We support it with software that can manage the, say, diesels and solar application. We can save both economically cost, but we also can provide a much more reliable system that works in this environment. Now, so there is a huge market available, say, islands that don't have a major grid, including Hawaii that has a grid, but it could be supplemented with microgrid application, including, say, countries in Africa. They don't have, in many countries, a conventional grid, and they use diesels in the major cities. and that provides a very high cost energy supply because diesels are very expensive. And then you have logistics issues with supporting. So if we will develop in these countries, imagine they have a lot of solar. Some countries have a lot of wind. If we can develop a combined system that includes solar energy during the day, diesel during night, and they work in harmony, controlled by software that can manage the whole system, we will provide a system with energy cost that is affordable, which today is very high.
Do you ever see a situation where there will be microgrids on the mainland United States? Is there a reason for that?
Yes, in fact people or design places are looking at isolating, say, military bases as a grid itself, as a local grid, to disconnect it from the main grid for many security reasons. Definitely a good application. Or if you have neighborhoods that don't have, or villages that don't have access to the main grid, it's too far. They will be using batteries and solar and diesels and other means of microgrid application sources that are not connected to the main grid. Okay, so this is why, yeah, today there is a room for this place.
If storage becomes advanced enough, can we get rid of the diesel generators? Because those are dirty, right?
Yes, yes. Storage needs to be more economically affordable, okay? Less expensive. Okay. But if that becomes that way, definitely. Okay.
What's your take on cost shifting? The utilities claim that having distributed energy increases the cost burden on people who do not have solar.
Well, of course, you know, there are always two sides to any coin. I would say that even utilities today are moving into solar space because they are realizing that, of course, having a solar in the territory basically reduces the revenues for the utility. So they are realizing that they need to be participating in this game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a loss to their revenue and loss to their participation. And I would say that I'm very happy that California will be reaching 50% renewables in 2030 because we are driven by RPSs, as you know, and these standards are really dictating the levels of installations that will be dedicated to renewable energy.
Yeah,
so
really
utilities have very little to say here other than maybe talk about this problem and that problem and the other one. They will have to participate, and I think they're moving in that direction already. I see it, okay? They are really bidding on projects and so on. So I think it's a good move. Overall, I would like to see utilities being part of the solar market. They could benefit from that, and there, you know, people that live in their territory will benefit immensely too.
Absolutely. So ABB is involved with the Solar Impulse, you know, the solar-powered plane.
Right.
What is ABB's involvement exactly, and what are your thoughts about the Solar Impulse?
Well, we contributed to the Solar Impulse from a, you know, financial support and so on. That is one, but also some technologies on board of Solar Impulse were designed or contributed by ABB. But I think thirdly, the reason we wanted to be associated with this program, which is actually a revolutionary program if you think about it, is that it proves the point that even though it's far away from a commercial applications, it proves the point that solar can be used as a source of energy even for the flying objects.
Flying through night?
Through night, okay. Because we use battery. And so it is really a demonstration of how far we can take this technology that is today still in the infancy stage.
Right.
And this is why I'm very proud that ABB executive committee decided to support this program. And we're of course still supporting it until they go around the globe. Okay.
Okay. Well, Alex, thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Thank you.
This is Alex Levran. He's head of the Global Solar Initiative at ABB. And I'm Stephen Bushong, Associate Editor at Solar Power World. This has been Solar Speaks Live, powered by Unirac.